Was in the Eclipse program, and school was reporting really bad behavior, and his behavior you would think would be bad at the beginning of the year and get better, and it did the opposite. So after like the fourth phone call from the teacher and he's standing on the table screaming and ripping books off the bookshelf and tearing them apart, it's like, that's it. We got to get some behavioral therapy in here. And I told Auntie the first thing is Chase is not potty trained. I have tried for 2 years, 5 different occasions to try and potty train this child, and he's just not getting it. We did the first round of EnListen in June of '08. We did the first 12 days, the intensive. Turned the computer back in. That very next day we started potty training him, and it's like she said, it just regulated his vestibular nerve that runs through the center of his body. And Chase got it. It took 4 days to potty train him.
Good job. Match. Down.
You'll see fine motor skills, which would be working with the Play-Doh, working on shapes and colors, identifying and labeling. Also working on, I think, some matching skills, as well as some copying simple drawings, circles and squares.
Match.
I get the question a lot of times from parents, what do we expect? You know, what's our child really going to do? They will listen through a special headphone. This special headphone is attached to a laptop computer with special software. Now inside this headphone has a special bone conduction modulator in it, and EnListen will deliver air signals and bone signals in the form of music and children's stories to the child or adult, so that they begin to transfer the signals that they get through the headphone into usable signals that they can use in everyday life.
When he first started coming, he was only coming an hour a week, and he was having some pretty severe tantrums, and we were trying to just get him to sit and attend to a task for very short periods of time.
In the beginning, he wouldn't sit at the table. He would not do his work. He would melt down for 45 minutes to an hour or 2. He would tear books up. He would scream, hit, scratch, spit.
We are finding that children, when they do the EnListen program with their therapy, they're sitting longer, they have longer attention span, they understand the instructions of their therapist, so parents are getting more from their therapy sessions using this as a combination program.
When he's listening to the program, it's firing off neural pathways that weren't there. It's getting them to start grow and connect. When he's doing the program, to him, he's just listening to Mozart or children's songs or Gregorian chant, and it's just so relaxing to him. Prior to doing EnListen, my child would line crayons up, just all in a row. And if you touched them, the world was ending. Now we can get a coloring book out and sit down and color together. He'll color on his page and I'll color on my page. And when he's done with his page, he'll look over at mine and notice what I'm doing. And it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna help Mommy color too. Whereas before, he'd have snatched the crayon out of my hand, closed the book if he didn't rip it up, and lined all the crayons up in a row.
Color.
It's the only method of therapy for children with autism that's been scientifically proven to have a positive effect, and we've always known that it's probably one of the most effective, but now it's getting a lot more publicity, I think, and people are realizing that it's necessary for these kids.
He is starting to notice things around him that he didn't see before. I can take him out into public and not have him freaking out and melting down. Now, because of ABA and EnListen, my child will sit. He will attend a task for an hour or more. He's actually saying a few words. It's not spontaneous, it's echoing, but I'll take it. My child now says, I love you. I have to say it first, but he'll say it back, and he didn't in the beginning. And to hear that, it's worth everything. Sorry.